So day 36 on the PCT, and the grind to Kennedy Meadows continues. 100 miles to go, hopefully 5 days. Talking to other hikers last night, I think it's fair to say everyone's had enough of the desert. 14-mile water carrier this morning, 3.5 litres on board. That'll have to be enough. And then when I fill up there, it'll be 15 miles to the next one. So, and from there, it's 20 miles to the next one. So it's all getting a bit boring. But do what you got to do. So I sit here amongst the Joshua trees. It's 5:30, I'm just having a rest because there's nowhere to camp here yet. It's still another 5 miles to the next water, which I probably won't get to tonight, but that's okay. I've got 2 litres on me at the moment. Just contemplating that I've had enough of the desert. 76 miles to go, so hopefully only 4 more days. Day 37 on the PCT comes to a close. Another 20 miles done. 20 miles closer to Kennedy Meadows, the end of the desert and the start of the Sierra. At this stage, remain on track to arriving Kennedy Meadows sometime Friday morning. It's hot here, very hot. It's been an interesting day. Started off 1,500 foot climb straight out of the campsite. Made our way to a mysterious hut with a green alien AC/DC fan, where there was a spring, and then this afternoon just ground another 8 miles out through the desert. Nothing terribly exciting to look at, but ever closer. So day 38 on the PCT. Had a good night's sleep at Cottonwood Pass. Off bright and early. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. We'll see how we go today. Probably looking to do about 21 miles. To then leave me 30 into Kennedy Meadows from there. Gonna be very glad when the desert's over. 3 more days. And then it'll be the Sierra. Just thinking, it's a funny day today. I mean, I pretty much know no matter what miles I do today, I'm going to end up in Kennedy Meadows sometime tomorrow. Whether it's 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And so, just struggling for real motivation today. I just want to get myself close enough. So, whether I do 15, 18 or 22 really doesn't matter. So, yeah, it's one of those funny days. So, day 40 on the PCT. Just a short 5.3 mile walk to Kennedy Meadows, or to the turn off, where I'll be taking the rest of today and at least tomorrow off. To get myself organised for the Sierra. I need a bear can, I need to resupply. Got to pick up my ice axe and my microspikes, which I mailed up here, a few other things. And just sort stuff out. Not in any hurry this morning, so of course slept terribly, been up early. We'll need to stop and grab some water at some point. I've only got 1 litre, so it's probably enough, but why take the chance? And off we go, 5.3 miles. So coming to the end of the desert section, there's about 5 miles to go, a bit less now. And just reflecting, it has been pretty brutal. I won't miss walking on an uneven track made out of sand on the side of a cliff, that's for sure. There is a beauty to the desert. The stress about water has obviously been a great challenge, particularly some of the carries. One day there was a 20-mile water carry which effectively meant I camped by the one water source and carried all the water I needed for the whole day before I got to the next one, and then camped there. Without the water caches, I don't think this section would be possible. There was a 35-mile stretch between natural water sources at one stage, but good for us. Thanks to the generosity of people, there were 2 stocked water caches in between that made that section possible. It certainly has been a challenge, this last section, 140 or so miles. I've somehow managed to have too much food, as always. So I still had enough food for pretty much a whole extra day that I could have cobbled together. Yeah, it's been a challenge, but glad it's over. So it's day 41, and I'm actually heading back out onto the trail. I know I said yesterday I was going to take a 0 here in Kennedy Meadows, but I sort of feel like I did. I haven't got in at 8:30 in the morning yesterday. There ain't a lot to do here, so it's testing the tolerance, or the limits of my tolerance of doing nothing. I think to be here another day, so I'm going to head out today, do a few miles, effectively bonus miles, given I wasn't planning to head out until tomorrow or even Monday originally. It's not going to look much different yet, even though Kennedy Meadows is officially the end of the desert section. It's not really. There's still about another 30 miles of deserty conditions to go. In terms of the landscape, what has changed is the water situation. Today I'll be crossing the river that we saw yesterday a number of times, so the water stresses at least are relieved, if nothing else. Just about to hop back on the trail, walking down the road from Kennedy Meadows, about half a mile from the general store where I camped last night. I stayed for breakfast, so it's about 9 o'clock. Just heading out now, so it'll be a shorter day in terms of miles. But today and tomorrow, from my original plan, today and tomorrow are both effectively bonus days. Got my bear can. I'll show you a picture of that later once I stop at camp. And take it from there. Funny thing happens to people out here. I'm just as guilty of it as everyone else. You're walking 20, 25 miles a day along the trail, but the moment you have to walk non-trail miles, you'll do anything not to. It's very strange. Like this morning, people were queuing up to get lifts from the general store back to the trail, which is 800 meters. So I ended up walking it because the lift was full, but it's just this strange thing that I'm happy to walk 2,650 miles, but don't ask me to walk a step off the trail. Good morning. Day 42 on the PCT. Much colder last night, much colder. Sleeping at 9,000 feet. So, a bit later start because I just couldn't get up. It was so cold. As you can see, got my jumper on for the first time in about 3 weeks. Starting the day with a 1,400 feet climb. After finishing with 1,200 feet last night, so glad that I broke that up into 2. Yeah. No real plan for the day, so we'll just see how we go. So here we are now at the top of the pass. Spent the whole morning climbing 1,500 feet, and now I'm about to give it all back. It's always a little bit frustrating when that happens, because climbing up's so much harder work, especially starting at 9,000 feet, currently sitting at 10.5. So day 42 over on the PCT, another 17.7 miles. Tough day, some big climbs. 2 climbs of more than 1,500 feet each. So slower progress, slower getting going because it was cold. Stopped early because still haven't committed one way or the other in my mind as to whether I'm going to climb Mount Whitney. Currently 28 miles short, so pressing on tonight wouldn't have really made much difference if I am going to do it, because you have to sort of stop and camp and wait for the next morning anyway. Big day, as I said, lots of ups, lots of downs, some beautiful valleys that I walked through, lovely meadows, some new views, and even enough phone service to be able to call my wife. So currently dressed in my pants and my jumper because there are mosquitoes everywhere here. So I've put more clothes on to deter them. We're putting a fly in my tent tonight because it was so cold last night. I'm another 1,000 feet higher here, so I don't anticipate it being warmer. So trying everything to keep warm at night. Yeah, tomorrow, see how we go, and take it from there. Good morning, welcome to day 43 on the PCT. Just had a sharp little 150-foot climb out of my campsite back to the trail. Today's plan is to do about 20 miles, which will leave me 8 then to the ranger station where you camp before climbing Mount Whitney. Still haven't decided if I'm going to do it or not. Just see through the course of today and tomorrow, see what conditions on Mount Whitney are actually like. A lot of people get up at like 2 in the morning to climb Mount Whitney so they can be on the top by dawn. I'm not really interested in doing that, but we'll just wait and see. Start the day with about 700 feet of down, followed by 2,000 feet of up. So yeah, another challenging day. See how we go.